This is an ABC News special. The Iran crisis. America held hostage. Day 102.
This is not a war against a people. It is not a war against a country. It is most certainly not a war against a religion. It is a war against a regime.
And the war is underway. Live from Baghdad, Washington, Kuwait, and our correspondents around the globe, the strike on Iraq from the front lines.
All right, unfortunately, that's the wrong tape. We're going to get the right tape. Kelly, as we await the right tape, let's talk a little bit about what's going on. Actually, I think we've queued up the right tape this time, so let's go with your report.
Schulz, there's something very unreal about the scene in Baghdad today. Saddam is still speaking. He's been speaking for 90 minutes. It's a very defiant speech. There have been triumphant demonstrations in Baghdad all morning. If someone had just landed here from Mars and hadn't known what happened 2 years ago, I think he'd believe that Iraq won the war.
Well, remember Andy Warhol said everyone will have 15 minutes of fame. That's been changed now. Everyone will have a talk show.
Tell me what one word you think sums up America's feelings about the federal government.
Sucks.
Sucks. All right, let's see. Is sucks one of the top 3 words, Amber?
That is actually our number 1 answer.
Well, the number 1 answer said it all.
The deprogramming, a mother's fight to win back her son from what she calls a cult.
What are you doing, Mom?
48 hours, Thursday.
Little Michael Jackson there. St. Paul, he is good. Whoa, lost his shoe. Well, I don't think he meant to.
And the Boring Institute announces its list of the most boring films in 1993.
The FBI today called off its search for more of D.B. Cooper's hijack money. Agents said they had sifted all of the sand at the site along the Columbia River where 3,000 science.
More money extorted from Northwest Orient Airlines by the legendary hijacker D.B. Cooper, who disappeared more than 9 years ago.
Facts and figures for 300.
On August 26, 1988, 725 people put their right foot in and out and shook it all about doing this dance in New York City. Rich?
What is the hokey pokey?
Yes.
My street critique guest tonight is Mr. Robert F. Drock, editor and publisher of the Drock Market Research Letter, based in Key Biscayne, Florida. I asked Bob if yesterday's massive 508-point blow-off in the Dow, followed by today's record-closing gain of 102 points, suggests to him we've seen the worst.
Oh, we probably haven't seen the worst, but we've seen most of it.
Let's take a look now at the shot. The CNN hologram. Help me, Will.i.am, you're my only hope. Where is the video? Do we have the video?
Oh. Now we got
there you go. Help me, Will.i.am. You're my only hope. That's Will.i.am being interviewed via hologram. He was in Chicago. I was in New York talking to a 3D image of him.
You know, this whole sexual harassment thing is very interesting to me. In what respect? Well, even if an employer is successful in coercing an employee into a relationship, how can she enjoy that relationship knowing that the employee is only doing it to keep his job? I mean, could you have an intimate relationship with someone you detested? Who? Don Johnson. All right. Paul Newman. Okay. Pee Wee Herman. Never. See?
Good evening. I'm Charles Schulz. Many of our shows have revolved about holidays. This being Memorial Day, it is fitting that we bring to you a show of which I am especially proud. The story is a continuation of the adventures that Charlie Brown, Snoopy, Linus, and the others had when they were in France as exchange students. As they make their way home, their journey takes them through events and experiences that lead us to a serious message appropriate for our time.
There's nothing accidental about a drunk driving crash. It happens when people choose to drive when they've been drinking. Plan ahead. Choose a designated driver.
Hurricane Katrina. As America braces for the worst, Fox News Channel is there. Our 24-hour coverage tracks the path of this killer storm with live, round-the-clock reports. For 24-hour coverage of Hurricane Katrina, stay with the Fox News Channel.
At this traveling exhibit of America, Soviets constantly ask the American guides why the U.S. wants war.
Why did we drop the atom bomb? Why did we start the Cold War? Why did they kill all the American presidents that want peace with the Soviet Union?
But coming up on this program, how people who used to have lots of money are coping with having less. We'll talk about downward mobility, the disturbing new trend of the 90s.
Music downloaders, be wary. For those of you who think you found a way around Napster, new legislation may soon be blocking your modem. A new proposal by California Congressman Howard Berman would give the entertainment industry broad new powers to stop people from pirating music and movies off the internet. The bill, if passed, would allow the industry to secretly hack into people's computers and knock them offline entirely, if they're downloading copyrighted music.
With the election of Barack Obama, President Bush is now a certified official lame duck who will mercifully quickly disappear in the rearview mirror. In 2000, we elected a guy we'd like to have a beer with. Big mistake. Bush soared, though, when the Twin Towers came down. That was pretty much it, arguably his finest hour. 90% approval ratings, the entire world ready to step in, help the United States any way they could. But Bush blew it. The next 7 years were pretty much a steady downward spiral. The invasion of Iraq, torture, Abu Ghraib, Guantanamo, domestic spying, secrecy, lost White House emails, zero accountability, and finally an economy in ruins. President Bush will leave office as arguably one of the worst presidents this country ever had.
Finally, Watergate burglar G. Gordon Liddy's broken his silence on that episode for the first time. In a new book excerpted in Time magazine, Liddy claims, among other things, that he once plotted to kill co-conspirator Howard Hunt for cooperating with prosecutors, also that he once wanted to kill columnist Jack Anderson for a story he printed, and that a plan was once discussed at the Nixon White House to befuddle Vietnam critic Daniel Ellsberg with LSD.
Do we not have the correct news block in there? Hello? All right, let's do an update on a couple of other stories that we've been following for you here today.
Finally, Gerald Ford and Henry Kissinger have abandoned the political stage, temporarily at least, for cameo appearances on tonight's episode of ABC's soap opera Dynasty.
Harry, hello.
Hello, Alexis. Good to see you.
Good to see you. I haven't seen you since Portofino. It was fun.
Veteran political actors paid the standard union minimum of $330 for what they called a fun appearance. First time we've seen Henry Kissinger looking genuinely embarrassed, Joan.
Oh, wait till he gets back in here. We're going to give it to him.
Were it not for the eruptions, Mrs. Heck's fourth grade chorus at the Byron School in Tigard would not be singing an updated version of a song called Volcano. Gear, ABC News, Portland, Oregon.
I know where we're going to go. We're going to go to a commercial.
The price of even a small home could be $200,000. And what about their parents trying to make ends meet right now? To stop inflation, we've got to put a ceiling on federal spending. We've got to crack down on waste, and we must lower our tax rates to encourage individual productivity. In California, where I was governor for 8 years, we went from near bankruptcy to financial help. We gave the taxpayers billions of dollars in tax relief, and we met the needs of our people. If we're going to stop inflation, we must do it now, not with bigger government. It takes better government. That's what we owe ourselves and our children. That's why I'm running for president.
Only one man has the proven experience we need, Ronald Reagan for president.
Let's make America great again.
Sounds like something out of the Twilight Zone.